So tell us your name and where you're from and a little bit about how you became a star.
Okay, my name is Anselmo. I grew up outside of the Boston area in the suburbs and came to Cataldo back in 2007 and worked there as an EMT for 4 years. I've been there for 13 years now. Most of my time with Cataldo Ambulance, I've been a paramedic. When I found out I was awarded the Star of Life, I, quote, asked, why me? So I'm not quite sure. I mean, we've all had our challenging calls out there on the road. But one of the things that I can reflect upon now was whoever wrote my bio in my nomination. What they mentioned was that that I always put the patient first, the patient family first, and my level of compassion at all times in out there in the field at all times, all hours.
So you saw a lot of things in yourself.
Yeah, and I really, we have to have a hard outer shell, and to be able to get through a hard call, we have to just function. It's like an automatic, we're like robots out there. But I try to always think about what the person's going through, what the patient's going through, how the family feels. We see people on the worst day of their lives. At times we see people who are just really, really frightened because of, an argument or, something that's going on in their lives.
And we were talking about this before, so I recorded this before, but I didn't record it properly. And you were talking about, I asked you, people oftentimes say to EMS providers, like, what's the worst call you ever had? And I was asking you, like, what's the best call you ever had? And you talked a little bit about some things.
And I love that question. First of all, it sort of forces us to recall upon all the reasons why we do what we do out here. And I think if you ask any one of us in here wearing this medal why we do it, it's because we love it, and it's something that makes you feel good to be able to help somebody in any little way. And so one of the calls, it's not one particular call, it's a sort of type of call, I would say, that we do often is, my favorite patient is an elderly patient. And a lot of times we respond to certain communities where there's widows, widowers, or whatnot. And, very often we'll respond to the 89-year-old female who, outlived her husband by a few years, and, she finds herself awake at night at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, whether she hasn't gone to bed yet or is just waking up because of anxiety or loneliness, I think is a big thing. And, they often, like, the anxiety and that loneliness takes them over. And so they, palpitations come about, they feel like they can't breathe, and then they want us to call, and I don't think that they ever really want to go to the hospital. I think that they want someone to come out and talk with them and tell them that they're okay. And so, literally, we oftentimes tuck people into bed at night. And so I think, a few times I've done that in my career, and, I don't think that transporting them to the hospital is the best thing for them. I don't think, it's healthy to enable that anxiety. But, I feel that that's just what they need. They need another person. And, that's what we do also. Sometimes we revive people. Sometimes we just talk to people. Sometimes we just hold hands and comfort somebody in the best way that we know how. So I think that as far as the best call, it's those type of calls that stand out in my mind the most. So
the little kinds of things.
Really, it is the little kind. People need people, and when your person is gone and you're left alone in this world, you're lost. And I empathize with that greatly, because I feel like we're all, if we're lucky enough, headed to that point someday. Are we going to be with our person to the end? Who knows? But when you find them, and a lot of these women have outlived their friends and their family, even, and their siblings, and they don't know what to do anymore, and they get scared. So we just come and hold a hand and pat a head, or literally, like I said, tuck them into bed, and that keeps me coming back. that
Awesome.
kind of stuff, as simple as it is.
Yeah, and
So-
that's a great gift. Thanks for giving that
no,
gift.
thank
and
you.
Thanks for
I'm
being
proud
here.
to do it, and I'm so honored beyond belief to be here.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.